My News 26 and CCTV. It's high school basketball. Coming to you tonight from Cadillac High School.
All right, we are just a few seconds away from the opening tip. I am Dan Gussert, alongside of me, Mike McLaurin. Mike, how'd the the freshman game go? How'd Brady do tonight?
I left with about a minute to play, and the freshman was up by 15, I believe.
Very good.
So a good win, their first win of the season against a pretty good Benzie team.
Glad to hear that. The JV game tonight was pretty sound thrashing. Vikings win by over 30 tonight. So right now we are watching the Cadillac Vikings starters getting announced right here. Benzie's already had their starters announced, so we'll be going with the opening tip here in a little bit. We do want to mention, certainly for the Vikings here,
number 2, Keegan Brooks. Number 3, Cooper Benson. Number 34, Tip Baker. Number 21, Vinny Genema. And then at center for the Vikings, number 50, Jake Kohani.
Pretty experienced group of Viking starters here, Mike.
Yeah, very, very seasoned team. And then coached by Ryan Benzenberg.
Yeah, we want to mention, for Ryan, sorry, Mike, his grandma passed away earlier this week, Grandma Shirley, 87 years old. Ryan mentioned that she's been a big supporter of him and his career and all the things he's done, and she's going to be surely missed. So condolences to Coach and his family.
Maybe they'll come out and play a little spirited, maybe try to get one for Coach Benzenberg tonight. Once again, our assistant coaches, Eric Runstrom, John Emmington, and you have Todd Baker and Coach Wild there on the bench as well. I don't see Dan Alto tonight.
So it looks like Kazanowski and Benson jumping right here. Benzie wins that. Brian Kazanowski, wearing number 32, wins that tip. Ball's going to go out of bounds right there off of Joey Crossman, number 5. The Vikings will take over on that turnover.
Good defensive pressure early on for the Vikings.
All righty, so as we watch the Vikings move the ball around the floor, first shot of the game is going to go to number 34, Tip Baker, and that's a little long, but they get their own rebound. Move it across the floor to Brooks, and turnover right there, and back comes Benzie with number 10 on the floor. That's Ryan Kennedy. He sets up the offense. Vikings in a man-to-man defense. There's a deflected pass right there, I think, by Brooks. Kahani finally picks it up. Here goes Brooks and Benson. Brooks gets the first 2 points of the game.
Once again, good defensive pressure by the Vikings.
Vikings come out here in a little bit of a 2-2-1 press. Benzie breaks it pretty easily, gets it inside to number 32. He's got a nice shot, soft jump shot. Kazanowski banks it in off the glass right there. Back come the Vikings. Benson kicks it out, swings it around, it comes to Brooks. He's got a wide open 3. He drains that.
Hey, that's a good sign for the Vikings, getting Brooks on the board early. Quick 2, quick layup, and then come back with a 3. Another turnover by the Vikings. Forced.
Quick start to tonight's game. Vikings up 5-2. You are watching high school basketball here on 26 Sports and CCTV. So Keegan Brooks kicks it over to Genema. Swings it over to Baker. He's looking inside, waiting for Cooper Benson to cut inside. Ball comes back to this side. Genema drains a big 3.
Real hot start for the Vikings.
Once again, this time Benzie doesn't seem to have much trouble with the Viking press, and Thomas Rucky gets a 3-pointer as a result of that. And there's Cooper Benson with a 3-pointer. And I think we've got a foul called off the play here, off the shot. Looks like that might be on Benzie. I think they're going to count the basket here, Mike. What did you see? Did you see anything in there?
Must have been, I guess, grabbing onto Kohani there, trying to get off or position for a rebound. One thing that Cadillac does well with these guys, are not very big across the board, but they all do jump really well, so they're always crashing the boards.
So we got a foul on, well, what went up on the board is on Kahani, but it looked like they were going to give the Vikings the ball inbounds. Did they count the Benson three? Or did they put the wrong foul up on the board?
Well, I have 3 3-point baskets for Cadillac, and a 2-point basket would give them 11.
All righty. So we're at a timeout early in the play here. It is 11-5 right now.
I think the foul went on number 32 for Benzie.
Yeah, they've switched that up there to 32 for Benzie.
And just kind of a reminder here, years past, the Huskies have come in and given Cadillac fits over the years. Always a well-coached team with some good athletes. And they always just seem to give us a difficult time, even here at home.
Very patient Benson finds Brooks at the elbow, and he gets the kind roll. So that is a 5-point trip for the Vikings right there. And they go right back to this press. Man time this time. There's a long jump shot right there by number 12, Devin Burkhart. He drains a long three. How about that shot, Mike? Looked like your range.
They've come back in spite of the turnovers to hit a couple threes and really keep the game close for them for that kind of shooting.
Another three-point basket. It's just raining threes here.
Yeah, Keegan Brooks is on fire. That's 10 points early for Keegan.
So that's Burkhart with the ball. He kicks it over to Kennedy. Kennedy looks for a screen. Gets into a little bit of trouble. Finds Crossman, who kicks it over again for a long three from Burkhart. This one's a little bit off. Two Benzie players go for a rebound, knock each other down, and get a traveling on that as 3 Vikings are coming into the game right here. That looks like
number 5, Maddox Hoagland.
Yeah.
And number 40, Aiden Raphael.
And taking the ball out of bounds is that Mickelson?
Cale Mickelson coming in for the Vikings as well. It's like Benzie's going with a 1-3-1 here. A little zone defense, maybe try to push them out a little bit.
Ball goes right inside. Good strong move, but a travel called on Aiden Raphael.
Seemed like he drugged that back foot and he made his move.
Vikings jump back into this press. Just a man press this time. Maddox Hoagland on D right there. This is Crossman with the ball. He goes baseline, a little strong off the glass, but to clean up the junk is number 32 again. That is Brian Kazanowski with his second basket. Brooks is short on that one. We're going to have a hard time keeping up here, Mike, the way the pace of this game's going.
I think this pace is a good pace for the Vikings. They have guys that can come in and run the floor well, give it guys a quick breather, get some more guys in. I think that Burkhart likes the pace as well.
Yep. He gets it off to Kazanowski for his third basket. A nice pass from Burkhart right there. Vikings come down. This is Cooper Benson with a long three. That's a little bit off. Looks like we're going to get a jump ball as Maddox Hoagland and Burkhart, Devin Burkhart, have a tie up there, and that'll give the Vikings the ball on alternating possession.
I think that Burkhart's a really good two-way player. You see him hitting the boards here on the defensive end. And I think most of the offense runs through him at the other end.
We'll turnover on the inbounds pass right here, and here comes Benzie's Crossman. He goes all the way to the hole, throws it up behind his back, but draws the foul, I think, on Maddox Hoagland right there, so he'll end up shooting 2.
Yeah, Benzie's, I think they're looking to push the ball as well. I did sit on a practice a couple weeks ago on a Sunday, and the Vikings worked on really getting back on defense and transition, trying to prevent plays like that.
Crossman makes his first one. Joey Crossman is a senior here for Benzie Central. Misses that one, and Hoagland gets the rebound, brings the ball down the floor. This is Brooks, swings it over to Hoagland. Inside to Raphael. He is a little short on that. Fights for the own rebound, doesn't get it. Great hustle by both teams right there, Mike. Benzie able to maintain control, and Burkhart slows the pace just a little bit.
Like the Vikings are going to stay man-to-man right now.
Burkhart's going to get a high screen. He doesn't use it. Goes to the basket, draws a foul behind the play on Vikings number 4.
Cale Mickelson. And, he had his hands on, and that's, I think, a point of emphasis here in the last couple of years for the defense. If you put your hands on the hip, you're going to get a foul. Seeing Tip Baker come back in, number 34 for the Vikings. And then number 15, Noah Bartlett also checking in. Once again, not a very big lineup here for the Vikings. But, Benzie's not that big as well.
Kennedy with the ball. He kicks it over to Burkhart. Burkhart waits for the screen to develop. Penetrates, kicks it baseline to the short corner. A missed jump shot right there. Mickelson gets the outlet pass from Hoagland. Back come the Vikings. This is Baker with the ball. Kicks it over. Hoagland with a jump shot, and that's a little bit off. And that ball goes out of bounds off of number 15. That's Noah Bartlett. He's a senior.
Number 21, Vinny Genema checking in for Cale Mickelson. And the Huskies also had a substitution.
Nice crowd on hand here tonight, Mike.
Had good action early on. I mean,
that is a tough
not
screen
often do
right
you
there.
See, 16-13.
And a few empty possessions, or it'd be
Sure.
a little higher here.
And some missed shots.
And you got an offensive foul called right there on Brian Kazanowski. That'll be his second foul already. That's going to hurt Benzie right there.
He's really trying just to muscle his way to the basket against Aiden Raphael. Aiden did a nice job moving his feet, getting in front.
He's going to step off the floor, and number 44, Brendan Burkhart, is going to come and anchor the center of that zone now.
Once again, still playing that 1-3-1 for the Huskies. Should have 2 guards up top for the Vikings.
Vikings go into a 2-1-2 offense. Ball's moved around to the right side of the floor.
Yeah, against a zone like this, fast ball movement is what you're looking for to get your open shots. Nice shot by number 34, Tip Baker, another 3-pointer for the Vikings.
So with just over 2 minutes to go in the half, Vikings get a steal right here. Great hustle by both teams. We are going to get a foul on that. As looked like Maddox Hoagland started all that ruckus, and then Tip Baker helped pay off. The Vikings will draw another foul on Benzie.
I think this is good for the Vikings. This pressure seems to get them in the flow of the game a little better, keeps their energy up, keeps them involved.
Hoagland is going to set up the offense. He kicks it over to Baker, who's going to get double teamed. He steps back a little bit, swings it over to Genema. Back to Baker. Kicks it over to this corner right there, and that is a 3-pointer that's just a little bit off by Noah Bartlett. And we have another foul on Benzie.
I like the shot by Noah there. I mean, he's open, and he's going to have to shoot to get defenses to play on him all the time. If they don't take that shot, they'll just keep staying in that zone looking to double up on Tip or someone else if he doesn't shoot that ball.
Brooks and Mickelson check back in for the Vikings. It's Baker right there, and he is a little off on that. Like everything but in. Benzie runs it down the floor. This is number 10 going to the basket.
He got travel.
Yep. Yeah, Kennedy kicked it over to, I think that's 23.
Number 2.
Number 2 was that? Yep. That'd be Lucas Richards with that traveling violation.
Seemed to shuffle his feet.
1.5 to go. The Vikings up 6. You are watching high school basketball here on 26 Sports and CCTV. Patient Viking offense, a little bit high on that pass. Mickelson's going to be on the line, I think, for that one. Mike, a little bit off. Benzie's number 10, Ryan Kennedy, comes away with that loose ball, kicks it down the floor, goes inside to Burkhart, comes back out. This is Kennedy, back to Burkhart. He goes up strong, just a little long on that shot. Nice rebound in there by Genema. Mickelson, I think, is going to get called for a travel right there.
What a great outlet pass by Vinny. That's the one thing about having this lineup in. We're not very big, but it's like having 5 guards out there. So they get their eyes up and found that fast outlet pass. I think Cale was looking for Tip right away. He had him.
So Burkhart's going to go baseline right here. Nice defensive jump in by Keegan Brooks right there. He gets a rebound but runs into his own player. Genema's going to lead the break right here. Gets it over to Baker. Baker's going to be long on that shot. Vikings been a little off on the last few threes, and a pretty cheap foul right there. Not one of those ones you want to get if you're Tip Baker.
Kind of a tough pass to catch and shoot on.
Yeah, it's a little bit low.
It's a good look by Vinny, but the value and the importance of putting a ball right in the guy's shooting spot there, so he can kind of just rise up and shoot.
21 seconds to go here, and this is Benzie's number 11, Joe Wade, with the ball, and it is deflected out of bounds out the Vikings. They'll take it out again here. Once again, Joe Wade here. Looks. Finds number 2. Skinny's down the baseline there, does Richards. And we have a turnover right here with 5 seconds to go, and Genema's going to go coast to coast. Lose it out of bounds, and we got a foul called. 1.9 seconds to go. It's already the 15th foul here on Benzie.
Huskies trying to get a little extra rest for number 12. Sat him down with about 20 seconds to go. Give him a little breather for the second quarter.
See what the Vikings can drop with a little less than 2 seconds to go. It's going to be a Benson. Well, that's a little miscommunication on all 5 players out on the floor right there. You know, they all got to be talking and letting know that there's
2 seconds.
2 seconds to go.
That's a really catch and shoot situation there.
We'll take a short break, everybody. Vikings lead 19-13. You are watching high school basketball here on 26 Sports and CCTV.